Happy Wednesday, Pearls.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control.
Let's get it started.
Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds.
Here we go.
Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a fluke. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. I'm on my last straw, I'm broken.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Hope you guys all are good out there. Today is November 20th, 2024, and it is 6:35 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, 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 hello. I should not be muted. Good to see you all, my sweet pearls. Need to apologize. I was live on uh Remy's Pearl channel in just a little bit ago, and my live, the internet went out. We are having really, really windy weather here, and it went out for maybe 5 minutes and came right back. But I'll try to do another live maybe later tonight. If not, then we'll be there tomorrow, Lord willing. So yes, when she shakes her head like that, like when they do that, that means they want to play. That means they want to play. So you gotta do it back to 'em. Yeah, it's supposed to snow, um, a lot of places tomorrow, maybe even tonight, but we're supposed to get snow tomorrow and Friday. I think we're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches here. Everyone shake, shake, shake. That's right. So, little Remy, she's good. She's growing. 2.2 pounds, 2 ounces. She's 2 pounds, 2 ounces. So, anywho, uh, guys, before we get started, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. It helps get the word out. Um, and every thumbs up is, a new person that could see Sebastian's story. So with that being said, um, yes, you want the chicken party? We get 1,000 likes. We have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. That is for sure. She's really hyper right now. Uh, oh, that's so cute, Stephanie. That's so cute. That's so cute. Thank you so much, Roller Girl, for becoming a member. Really do appreciate you. We really do. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so very much. Consider becoming a member if you haven't became a member yet. We do lots of members only lives, and those are fun. And it really helps out the channel, so really do appreciate that. Jen, thank you so much, my friend, for your support. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Thank you, Roller Girl. Thank you so much. What do you want? So we are talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. Check your chat, please. What is it, Jen? What do you mean check my chat? Check my chat. What do you mean, babe? I see. Justin, how does her hands and face feel? It just feels just like skin, just like human, just very human like. Uh yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Um was yeah, cult mom was guilty but mentally ill. Hey Tony, good to see you, buddy. Hope you are well. Gina, thank you so much for gifting. Thank you so much. Shared a link during opening. Oh, Jen, I'm sorry. That's probably why. Only mods can share links. So if you want to text it to me or email it to me, I can look at it that way. I apologize. So there's that. Oh, thank you, Psychic. Thank you, my love. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. If you received, you're gorgeous, by the way. If you received that membership, please thank our sweet psychic. It's very, very sweet of her. I was listening to Ohio, and a mother on a loving herself and her 9-year-old baby. That was this morning. Oh. Mm. Okay, thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. They said Nick did a put something out, so I don't know. Let's look. Okay, 43 minutes ago, it looks like he put something out. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. So 43 minutes ago, I won't share a panel with those whose credentials are just a webcam and a laptop. Your panels are the Kensington of YouTube, filled with a bunch of unhinged folks claiming they're women. It's all about clicks and controversy. Here's the deal. Let's meet for a live special panel in Pennsylvania. After court, we'll have a legit setup with real cameras, actual audio techs, and a full production crew. The agency will hook us up at a hotel with everything we need, or you can face me in court. I bet you'll bail on both in person. This will be raw, unfiltered, uncensored. The difference is I can handle a real camera and set in person. Can you, or scared much? And she, or he rather, Nick was replying to some, oh, let me go back. Jana Wright, replying to at Nick the Hat, I bet you won't go on panel. Scared much? Damn. Damn, Gina. Psychic, thank you so much, my dear, for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. You know, what I hope is this is just there's an arrest, Sebastian is found, something very soon. Because okay, one second. What's that? Sam, it says not available right now. I don't know if it was deleted or what. And there's an attachment, but it's just an attachment to a Facebook logo. So there's really nothing there. So yeah, there's nothing there, my dear. Okay. All right. Let's see if you put anything else on there. 4 hours ago, Tennessee, you taught me how to be brave. 6 hours ago, this lady thinks she's related to dog. It's a severe case of stupidity. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm pretty sure for Nick. Yep. Okay. Okay. I need to get a laptop. Can't type on my phone. LOL. Ooh. Well, yeah. I use a laptop. Gotta have my laptop. Gotta have my laptop. All right. So you wanna lay down? You wanna lay down a little bit on your heating pad? Or you wanna snuggle with me? Jen, I didn't get anything from you. Oh, there I do. There I do. I got it. Yeah, yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, Jen. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you resent it. Okay, let me look real quick. Okay, still okay, there we go. Okay. Try this. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna share this. I hope it will. You guys can hear it. Sometimes, for whatever reason, hold on one second. Let me try it like this. Damn. Let me try it like this, because sometimes y'all can't hear it for whatever reason. At the time was no deeper than my knee, so we're talking less than 3 feet deep. And they have drained the retention pond and find any. Can y'all hear that? Retention pond at the time was no deeper than my knee, so we're not. And they have drained the retention pond, didn't find anything, said just disappeared. Retention pond at the time was no deeper than my knee, so we're talking less than 3 feet deep. And they have drained the retention pond, didn't find anything, said just disappeared. Okay. So the retention pond at the time was no deeper than my knees. This is the second incident I have found so far of Edgar physically placing himself in the retention pond where Sebastian Scent was found, specifically during the time frame of his disappearance. Yes, because he says the retention pond at the time. At the time. Perhaps could be something. Yes. Yes. YouTuber. Thank you, my dear. DTB. Stroke. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm aware. Yep. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you. Um, he doesn't say anything. I've called. All he does is like, how can I help you? I can't discuss that. Anything else? Bye. That's what he says. Trust me. He has been a jerk about it, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. That's what he says. Yeah. Hello, Gypsy. Good to see you. How many people know how deep the local retention pond is? Well, I think it's highly interesting that this vehicle went first thing that they did. Now, think about this. I was thinking about this. The first thing that they did was go to the at the end of the road, if you will, the end of the road, right? And that, let me show you here. Now, why did they go to the end of the road first? Why did they go to the end of the road? I am beginning to think, first of all, I want to say that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers went missing from his Hendersonville home on February 26, 2024, allegedly after midnight. There have been no suspects named in this case. There has been no persons of interest at all. Now, from law enforcement, please do not contact or harass anyone mentioned in this program. We are not here to say anyone is innocent or guilty. We are just sharing our opinions about this case based upon what we have been told by the parents' words and law enforcement. So, what is very interesting to me, actually, you know what I should do? I should probably get Google Earth. Um, I was thinking about this because they just brought up that pond. Let's go to Google Earth. Let's do it like this. Okay. All right. So here is where Sebastian was last, where he was supposed to be last, right? But let me make it bigger for you guys. So the last thing that happened, or the first thing that happened with that vehicle is it pulls on Kellen, right? It passes Stafford and it goes all the way up to the end of the road. Now, I don't know how long it was up here. I have no idea. I don't know if it just turned around here. I don't know if it went to the cul-de-sac here. I don't know if it parked here, someone walked over here, if someone even pulled over here. I don't know. But over here is where the pond is, right? Now, I think it's interesting how this vehicle pulls all the way up Kellen, does whether it turns around or whatever, because what it could have done is just pulled on Stafford, right? Pulled on Kellen and pulled right there on Stafford and then parked right here, right? It could have done that. No problem. No problem. But it didn't do that. It didn't do that. It went all the way up. Now, it could have been up here 2 minutes, it could have been up here 5 minutes, it could have been up here 10 minutes or longer, I don't know. But we do know that it comes back down Kellen and, and eventually, comes right here in front of this house, right in this area here. And then that is when allegedly, someone gets out of the vehicle and then goes in the direction of the common area towards Sebastian's home. Then two people come back out. Now, why did it go all the way up this road first? Why? It didn't need to. There was literally no need. Zero, zilch, nada. Things either make sense or they don't. People do things for a reason. And to go up all the way at Kellen and there to allegedly be a scent in the pond very close to the end of the road is interesting. It's interesting. Um, I personally don't believe the jamming the cameras possibly, but you see with, for instance, this camera right here, it was not jammed. It wasn't jammed. Now, the time and date was off, or the date was off, yes, but it wasn't jammed, right? So I wonder if whoever did this went up here and washed their hands, washed their boots, their shoes, something. Something. Uh, how good did they, search that pond? How good did they search that area? Were they looking for um, any, for instance, gloves, shoes, anything like that? Justin, by going up and coming back, it allowed the car to turn left and align against the curb without making the left close to the house and having to maneuver the car to park. I don't understand what you mean. By going up and coming back, it allowed the car to turn left and aligned against the curb without making the left close to the house and have to maneuver the car to park. Okay, turn right. Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you could turn in right here and then just pull right here, right? I mean, you can just turn in right there and then back out. Now, someone mentioned this last night. It may have been hindsight or it might have been more. It might have been someone else. I can't remember. But the mere fact that there is humans in this area and come to a car or a truck or something in this area. And after that happens, the one person runs back toward the house and this person backs out and leaves. Why would you back out? Why would you back out? Right? Why would you back out? The car backed out from Stafford. It backed out from Stafford to Kellen. Well, yeah, to avoid being seen. Yes. Yes. Because let's be honest. If this car would have came, down here at 1008, well, all the cameras, right? And that's going to be able to be seen, if Sebastian was getting in a vehicle or if he was being taken out. But sometimes I wonder, because this vehicle went straight up Kellen at the end, did it just turn around? Did it pull over here? Where the pond area is? And if it did, then I wonder if Sebastian had already been taken out or had already left by that time. And could 3 o'clock, whomever came back to maybe take things to potentially uh, clean up. Now, also, let's talk about this. If this vehicle went down Kellen and if it parked right here, that's fine. But if it went over to the pond area, it would have had to have been a vehicle that would definitely need, some sort of four-wheel drive, right? Because you wouldn't want to get stuck there. But also, I don't think you would want to leave tracks either. Don't require front plates. Um, just curious, why do you mean, what about the front plate? Would have been harder time getting the plate coming in from the other direction. Well, I mean, so let's think about this a moment. Um, this house has cameras This house has cameras. This house has cameras. This house has cameras. This house has cameras. And I don't know about the rest up here, but obviously there's cameras up here. There has to be more footage of this vehicle. There has to be. Now, what they have, was it too dark? If it was a Ring doorbell, that it has amazing nighttime capabilities. It looks like daytime, except it's just green, kind of like a greenish tint. Now, but let's think about this. This car goes, let me make myself smaller again. This car goes in, it goes at least to the end and it comes back, right? Comes back. And then it eventually pulls right over here. And that's when all of this happens. Now, look at the path that the dog did, right? Starts right here and then goes down over straight up the street. That is essentially identical to the path that car took. Essentially identical that car took. Now, if Sebastian, in my opinion, had walked from, here across over and then straight up, which doesn't make a lot of sense. You would think he would just cut through the yard, right? Just like cut straight through the yard or whatever. But let's say he did the way the path is, over, down, and straight up. Someone is going to see him on camera. Can we see the highway videos? I've tried to get them, Psychic. They are extremely expensive. And you have to buy them by the hour. And I mean, I can get them from Memphis to Hendersonville, but it's a certain time frame you can do, and it's like $400 or $200 or something. It's in the hundreds of dollars for 1 hour. 1 hour. I've tried. Long time ago. There's even, there's highways, like little bypasses areas in Hendersonville area. I'm driving, so I missed that. No, Manny, I didn't, honey. I didn't. So that's why I've never gotten them, because, and it's not, if I picked, let's say, at 2:00 on this certain highway on the 26th at 2 a.m., it's not guaranteed that that one is even the right one. So it is a familiar, yes, scent. Yes. So what does that mean? Now it's interesting. I think only 1 or 2 dogs smelled that. They have never stated that that is Sebastian or anyone for that matter. But I find it interesting that the basic way of that dog tracked is virtually identical to the way that car went. Remember, one person said she ran, then she changed it to something else. Yeah, I ran, well, drove. Do the law enforcement have to pay for the video footage? Uh, please say they don't get charged. I no, law enforcement doesn't have to. They don't have to. But that sense, it's pretty interesting if you ask me. In my opinion, the um, a lot of times, what makes me wonder is if a person drove all the way up there and went to that pond first. Again, you do things for a reason. We have to remember that. You wouldn't just pull over and go to a pond for no reason, for a few seconds, a few minutes, or whatever, which means you are, if it is linked to what happened to Sebastian, you are doing this for a reason. And what is the reason? You are at that pond. If, again, if it is related to Sebastian, I personally believe it is. That's my personal opinion. Whatever you believe is what you believe. Um, but if it is, why would you go to a pond first? Are you washing something? Are you washing your hands? Are you washing your feet? Are you changing and wanted to wash up? Because if that's true, then that means something has already happened. And now is the time for, hiding things. Now is the time for cleanup. Yeah, I got it. Yes, please don't mention any other creators in chat, please, if you don't mind, guys. Um, so that means if said person or persons, and if they have something to do with Sebastian going missing, they go up there, they go to the pond, and they turn around and they come back. That means you're not going to wash up before something happens. You're going to wash up after. Which means whatever, again, if it is linked to Sebastian in this hypothesis, then that means your whatever has already happened and taken care of. Now, if that is true, then that means something would have had to have happened earlier on, in my opinion, before midnight. Before midnight. Yes, Max was a tracking dog. Yep. Yep. It's a familiar, I think that's what it's called, scent. But again, is Max and the other dog, are they better dogs? Are they superior? Were they following a familiar, a scent that could have other persons, scent from the home? Or are they wrong? The Max and the other dog. I don't know. I don't know. But I believe if the person came up there and the pond thing happened at that time, then Sebastian was already out of that house. So I want to show you something. It's pretty important. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you haven't became a member yet, please become a member. Would greatly appreciate your support. All right. Again, we're not here to say anyone is guilty or anything. We are just trying to ask questions about that night. What time was KK and Sebastian seen leaving the steakhouse? Around 6:30. And see, we never as a whole ever ask. I mean, we do, but we don't. And I'll get to it in a second. About how long things went that evening. Sunday nights, if you have kids or whatever, they all take their showers. They lay their stuff out for the next day. So it'll be easier in the morning, right? You brush your teeth, you take your shower the night before. Some people take it, some kids take it the morning of, but you brush your teeth, you make sure your homework's done, everything's in order, right? Order. And they leave the steakhouse at 6:30. There's my irony rose. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Welcome to the fam, Irony. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really do appreciate it. And they're home by 6:45. Now, you can see the vehicle going down the street. You can't see who is in that vehicle. Can't see. Hold on. Come on. Will you do me a favor? Will you lay down? Will you please lay down? 1 second. Sorry, my arms were out. All right, I'm going to make this smaller. All right. So from 6:30, 15 minutes later, they're home. She's great, Jen. She's great. Y'all, please welcome or wish Marlena a happy birthday. One of our own here. Sorry, I need a drink of water. All right. So 6:45, they're home. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes till 9 o'clock. The only thing we know that happened between 6:45 and 9 p.m. is that he allegedly took out the trash. It's Rhonda Rodriguez's birthday too. Rhonda, happy birthday. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday from Clutch Them Pearls to you. Both. But I'll sing to you guys Marilyn Monroe style in a little bit. So the only thing we know that happened from 6:45 to 9 o'clock is that he allegedly took out the trash. So between 6:45 and 9 o'clock, it should be Sebastian or someone. There should be someone on camera, which there allegedly is, of someone taking out the trash. Right? Ernie Rose, thank you, my dear, for 7 continuous months. I love you to pieces. You know that, and I know that. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Of course, Sheila. We will definitely keep you in our prayers, honey. You need to take lots of vitamin C. Talk to your doctor, though. Can't tell you what we sing here now. And zinc and vitamin D as well. Talk to your doctor before you do that. It's me, Jen. Thank you, my sweet darling. If you received that pearl necklace, give our It's Me, Jen a big thank you. Come on. Come on, y'all. Yes. Good. Elderberry's good. Yeah. Yeah. Elderberry's got a lot of vitamin C in it too. Yeah. It's good for your immune system. So there's that. Now, 3 hours and 15 minutes till 10 o'clock, which is it's about from 6:45 to when the phone call happened. It's about 3 hours or so, give or take some. 3 hours before this phone call allegedly happened. That's interesting. A lot of things can happen in 3 hours. A lot of things can happen in 3 hours. Justin, we need to ask Trey and CT about the depth of the retention pond. I watched the video of Trey dredging through the pond and it came to his waist. Yeah, I think it varies on kind of like the time of year that it is. It can hold more water, you know, than other times. I think CP could have had time to make a quick switch of Sebastian to another vehicle. It's possible. It's possible to me. It's possible, but it's not probable, just in my opinion. I absolutely personally think Sebastian was in that home that night. And I think something happened. In fact, I think something or someone was brewing and stewing and angry and resentful, in my opinion. And it just came to a head that night. And one act can change everything forever. Everything forever. Just my opinion. Not saying that happened. It's not a fact. I'm just saying that's my opinion. So we got Sebastian supposedly goes to bed at 9:43 or 9:46 is when this alleged phone call between the married couple starts, and it goes on to just before midnight. Quote, the call was very lengthy, end quote. Now, everyone lives differently. Um, every house has their own routine. What is normal for that home? They say because they don't get to see each other that much that they like to spend a lot of time on the phone. Is their record of hours long call. Um, Winged Matchbox, that's a great question. There's nothing that we have seen. However, I do believe it happened. And the reason I believe it happened is because I don't, let's just say, for instance, there's no need for anyone to lie about a call that's that lengthy. Because let's say, for instance, the parents put it out that there was a lengthy call, right? But it didn't happen. Law enforcement always gets your records. They're always going to look at your records and see how long this call was, how long that call was. Now, why would someone lie and say we were on the phone 2 hours and they really weren't? Law enforcement's you're telling the public, "Hey, we were on the phone 2 hours," but you really weren't. Law enforcement is going to look at you sideways. Why? Now, what law enforcement is also going to look at, in my opinion, is, are these 2-hour phone calls normal for them? Is it normal for them to speak during this hour for this length of time? You and I, most of us, do the same habits every single day. We have our routines, right? We go get our coffee of the mornings, or you get your tea, or you get your soda, or you eat your breakfast. You do this, you do that. You make a call while you're having coffee. You do the same thing every single day. Very routine. We need it as human beings. Structure. They are going to see, when is the last time they had a 2-hour phone call. Then they're going to see, when is the last time they have, or if they have ever, had a 2-hour phone call at night. Now, remember, it was the weekend. They are going to see if they talked earlier that day. Now, let me tell you something. There's a few different points here. If stepdad was in where he said he was all day, which was Memphis or somewhere in Mississippi, all day on Sunday, he's got receipts. Receipts meaning, did he stop and get gas somewhere? Did he get groceries? Did he get a coffee? Did he get this? Did he get that? Now, they're going to know where he was. Now, if this was totally random, someone got heated and someone flew off the handle. Well, then that means, again, whoever did this, if someone did this, if it was totally someone flew off the handle, if this was crime of opportunity, which I don't know how it would be, but if this was non-planned, well, if, for instance, just an example in this hypothesis, if Edgar was in Hendersonville prior to that, or rather that day, Sunday, and this was not planned, then he has no reason to hide his phone. He has no reason because you don't know what's in the future. You don't know the future, right? You don't know that someone's going to piss you off and you're going to snap on someone later, right? Just in a theory reason. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Very sweet of you. Very, very sweet. Thank you, my love. Oh my gosh, War. Thank you so much for gifting Kai membership. I really, 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 really appreciate you, my dear. I'm sorry, I had my head down. I'm just grinding here, trying to think. Thank you so much, my dear. If you received one of those, make sure you thank War. Really do appreciate you. Irony, thank you so much again for 7 months. Really do appreciate you. And it's me, Jen. Thank you so much for gifting pearl necklaces. If you received that pearl necklace of Jen's or War Damn Eagle, our sweet War Damn Eagle, make sure you say thank you to them. Really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So, all right. But think about that, right? If he is in the area that day or that weekend, then he has nothing to hide. Unless he's not supposed to be at the house. Unless he's not supposed to be at the house. Then that could change things. But if he's visiting family, visiting his sisters, mom, dad, uncle, third cousin, nephew's brother, and everything's fine, he has no reason to be hiding anything. Nobody does. Unless he's not supposed to be at that home. Which, in my opinion, based upon the CPS that he has talked about, that Seth has come to know, and that it would, quote, keep you up at night, end quote, then I believe the best um, result of that would be that he's probably not supposed to be there. And that's why I believe there was even more resentment building up. Based upon the disparaging remarks as my supporting argument, based upon the mocking, based upon his own words that he has said. Sebastian made it sound like I was so horrible, based upon Sebastian thought I was going to get me kicked out of my house, based upon history. Yes, Ginger. Yes. That's the supporting argument. Now, but we don't know. Based upon also, I can tell you that I was up at the house until the 1st of February, the first little bit of February. In one interview, he says the 5th. So I say the 5th of February. But I can't tell you any time after that. But I can also tell you that I was home many days in January. So you can tell us he was home 5 days or so in February and many days in January, but you can't tell us after the 5th. Think about it, folks. There has to be a reason. And if a child walked out of the house by themselves, that wouldn't be a reason why you can't say you was, what days you were home after the 5th. Based upon the continual semantics, lies of the lie detector, based upon I didn't say who or when as my supporting argument, based upon yes, I will take a lie detector test, name the time and place. Those are all supporting arguments. I think what we need to do as creators is we need to ask other creators, what is your supporting argument in why you think this way? Not just because you have a fucking feeling. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, I just feel this way, you know. Well, why? Use your brain a little. Not, I think Seth was sleeping in the garage. Okay, tell me why you what's the supporting argument to that? It's freaking frustrating. Okay, thank you, hindsight. I got it. Let me pop it up. Okay. I don't know what hindsight sent me, but we're gonna play it. Credit goes to hindsight. I think it originally came from Crime Lines and Lies YouTube.
Everybody's trying to figure it out. I mean, but now I can say on from just being a neighbor, which your friendly neighbor, he's not the type of person that I associate with. And I say that because
I can tell you that you know how CPS will many times go speak to your neighbors and people you know, right? And I was talking to my girlfriend about this. She works and she's my neighbor as well. She works for CPS. And she asked me a while back, you know, she listens to me sometimes and she follows this case because I talk to her about it all the time. And she said they had to go talk to the neighbors. They had to go talk to the neighbors, meaning CPS. And guess what? Allegedly, they did. They did talk to the neighbors. They talked to somebody. I thought it was a woman. They are. They are, Melody. But they haven't let that stop them behind the scenes. They haven't let it stop them behind the scenes. They are just not public about it because of the fear of them and you know Edgar and others of just getting attacked publicly, but behind the scenes they've not let it stop them.
You mean Chris Proudfoot?
Yes, yes. He's very loud, and it has to be right, and he has to be right, or you have the whole conversation is basically done with. And he does, which I don't drink, but he does drink. Now, did I witness any? No, I know. But my friend's daughter, she works in actually Texas Roadhouse. She doesn't know that now she wasn't working the night that they went in, but she had seen them in there the 2 weeks before that, and something that Sebastian wanted, or I don't know exactly if it was something that they didn't serve, or I'm not 100%, but he got from, now this is just hearsay part, is that he got very angry and they ended up leaving.
Yeah, it says thank you, Christina. Yeah, it says crime lines and lies right here on the thing, but yeah, I will.
And this was 2 weeks.
Now, who got angry? Sebastian got angry. Katie got angry. The staff got angry. Who got angry?
No, it was Chris who got angry.
Oh, I thought he wasn't home the whole month of February. Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
No.
He said, no. So a woman that works at the Texas Roadhouse, for whatever reason, Dum I guess, didn't like his tater tots or something, and he got real angry because I said, now who are we talking about? The wait staff? We're talking about Sebastian, Katie? No, it was Chris that got all pissed off in the restaurant. And then, of course, we go into his regular schedule. Question is, why wasn't he home that weekend?
Or was he? Now, I don't understand why you haven't been home in nearly a month. Why would you not be home in nearly a month? Thank you, Soldier Girl. You don't, dear. You didn't come home or make it up in some way on Valentine's Day? You had to allegedly get ready for court. Right? You had court next week. So why? You don't, it's 3.5 hours away. It's not, 3 days away. I mean, people drive, like truckers and stuff, they drive, 14 hours a day and come back home. Or ever how long they're allowed to drive. So I'm not sure I believe that he wasn't home within that period from around the 5th, quote, up until the morning Sebastian went missing, end quote. Now, I think it's interesting how there's this long call. And if there's not a pattern there of long calls in the evening, that is going to stick out to investigators, like we talked about a second ago. If there is not patterns of long calls at night, that's going to stick out because 2 hours later, actually, you say just before midnight, you ended the call, and then you go to bed, put up the dogs, you go to bed. That's it. If that is not a common theme for them, that's going to be a red flag. Because a 2-hour call and then your child goes missing after that, red flag. Now, hey Kaz, good to see you, darling. If it's something that is common for them to speak 2, 3, 4 hours at night, no harm, no foul. I find it bizarre because you've got a mom telling a YouTuber that up until that she fell asleep at about 10 o'clock. Well, if you fell asleep at 10 o'clock and your husband calls you at 9:46, well, you only talked to him for 16 minutes and he heard you snore the rest of the time. That doesn't make sense. But then that is when the stepdad intervenes and says, me and the mom were on the phone. The call was very lengthy, right? Mom told the son to go to bed. To me, that sounds like bulletin points. Just my opinion. That's not how someone talks when this is an emotional aspect. Those are bulletin points without the emotion behind it. Cuz you're upset because your kid is missing. I agree, Tina. Right? So you're upset, right? I talked to, it should be, mom and I talked on the phone a while that night. Everything was fine, we talked about the ham sandwich that I ate today and that it was the best ham sandwich I ever ate. You know, we talked about this, we talked about that. I said, "Girl, you sound tired. You need to go to bed." Right? Put up the dogs. Not me and the mom were on the phone. The phone call was very lengthy. It was at 9:46 or 9:48, right? Mom started to slightly doze off. I told mom to put up the dogs and go to sleep, right? The next morning, the mom goes in to wake up her son, and the mom can't find her son. She looks around, she can't find her son, and now we have a worried mom. Nobody talks like that. That's not an emotional way to talk. Factual, like documentation. Yes. That doesn't make sense. It's also distancing. Yes. Thank you so much, sweet Gypsy. Really do appreciate you. Hey, Annie Pearl, Aunt Gypsy loves you. She loves her Aunt Gypsy. Thank you so much, Shelly Ann, for becoming a Pearl. Really do appreciate you, my dear. There we go. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Welcome to the family. And pearls look amazing on you, darling. Sounds very rehearsed. Yes, it does, in my opinion, as well. Pointing to her, this is the mom, she is the mother. I guess. Exactly.
That
Right. And why lie about the fact that he hadn't been home that whole month, too? I mean, that still doesn't make sense. And then that weekend, he's just not there. I mean,
Very bizarre, yes.
there's no way this wasn't pre-planned. I
Thank you,
don't know,
Leanne.
in my opinion. I can't see chat, and people might disagree with me, but I just really believe that this was like coming to a head.
I think we're all on the same page here. And if anybody has any questions about law enforcement and what they know,
He had talked to him Thursday before he had went missing. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like
the
3 to 4
neighbors
days.
have been heavily spoken to. So 2 weeks before, they're at the Texas Roadhouse, and Chris has one of his good old.
Very good point. But let's not forget, supposedly she was so upset that she couldn't call in to report Sebastian missing. Yes. But she wasn't but she was still able rather to drive, right? Now, I also want to know, did she go up Kellen? Did she go up Kellen? Did she make a left up Kellen? Did you roll down the window and scream out for Sebastian's name? Thank you, Brandy. Did she knock on any neighbors' doors? No, you're fine, Cass. Honey. Did she do any of that? Hey, Esther. She supposedly went to the school. I mean, Gina, like, I don't know about you, but I would be knocking on neighbors' doors. Like, that would be one of the first things I would do, is knock on the neighbors' doors. Did you see anything? People are always looking out their windows or always outside. because I don't know, just based upon what I've been told. But in my opinion, I don't believe she made this left onto Kellen. I could be completely wrong. That's not a fact. Just personally, I don't believe she made it left onto Kellen.
Shit fits. Listen to it again.
And something that Sebastian wanted, or I don't know exactly if it was something that they didn't serve, or I'm not 100%, but he got from, now this is just hearsay part, is that he got very angry and
Angel of Light. Angel of Light says we need to rally all the neighbors to come forward to speak their truth. They have spoken to authorities, and that's what is the main thing. They have all spoken to authorities that needed to. But they fear coming out because of the way Bobby was treated. Right. They don't have to come out and speak publicly. That's just doing, letting the public know. Right. It's not that they don't, it's not that they don't want to. It's just that they don't have to. They don't have to, there's a lot of us that want to know. But then there's the ones that will attack them. So, a few of us that talk to him, which I haven't talked to him in a little bit of time. I try not to bother them that often. They have lives, and I don't want to seem like a pest. But if they want something, they'll tell us.
they ended up leaving. And this was 2 weeks.
Now, who got angry? Sebastian got angry? And the reason I ask this question is, who got so angry that they
He was
up and
attacked
left the restaurant, the
over.
Texas Roadhouse,
All over
2
all
weeks before?
platforms.
He said it was something Sebastian wanted, and he said it was Chris that got so upset. They got angry and left. Something Sebastian wanted. Well, God forbid he wants an extra roll or he wants some dessert. How many of you have been at a restaurant where your child wants to order the whole damn menu?
Many times.
Yeah. You're in public. You're not going to have a meltdown and come unglued. No. Katie got angry. The staff got angry. Who got angry?
No, it was Chris who got angry.
Oh, I thought he wasn't home the whole month of February. Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
No. Okay. He would leave. Now, he has a fifth wheel, okay? Now, I'm gonna have to look at the date from 2 weeks from the day before, because that's when they were in there. Now, he would come home sometimes on the weekends, and that's when he would get that's when they would get like a bunch of stuff done. And then he would take off again and he would go back and then he would be gone. But that's what happened. Now, it's just, I mean, I'm trying to put a timeline. Like, I mean, you basically had me and my wife, we've been scratching our heads saying, well, is there something that,
Now,
but it's just things that,
what did Mr. Foot say? On the weekend, we try to get stuff done. We're like just any other ordinary family. On the weekend, we try to get stuff done, try to get stuff done around the house, run errands, do that kind of stuff. We're like any ordinary family. We work Monday through Friday, and on the weekend, we try to get stuff done. That's exactly what she just said. Or he. To me, it sounds like a woman. I'm sorry. But it's a man.
you just can't, I mean, it's just things that
That's when
we
most of
don't
us
know.
get stuff done.
Now, I will tell you this. Now, I mean, I know from experience, and because I have family members, you have my brother-in-law, actually, he's a lawyer, but I can
Tar, how are you feeling, darling? How you doing? Hope you're okay.
tell you this. They have been getting, I can't say every day because I don't watch every day, but I have to pass to actually go into town that way, but for the last probably 45 days, I would say every other day they've been, it's actually not detectives, I think they're getting regular visits by, it has to be actually their attorney. So I don't know.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay, all right.
So,
Now,
but
has law enforcement followed up with?
They're supposed to be neighbors of the feet somewhere.
You or any of your neighbors recently?
no, I mean, the only thing they did was they actually took the ring footage, and I have 6 cameras on actually my house. Well, actually 4, and then there's 2, but it's 6, and they actually downloaded it, which didn't show anything, and but we've had nothing else. I mean, we didn't have there hasn't been a recanvass, or like there hasn't knocked on the door and said, have you thought of this, or have you, it's basically been quiet.
Am I able to drive home?
No, honey, you are
Okay.
drunk as a skunk.
There we go. Drunk as a skunk. Okay. So we have that. Thank you, Crime Lines and Lies and Hindsight. Really do appreciate that. 6 cameras that they didn't see anything on. But they didn't say there was no. I said most of those cameras ran off Wi-Fi, except for the one that picked up the car. Yeah. Now, there's some things that I want to talk about here. Let me pull it up. Maybe. Okay, right here.
He'd been gone since the beginning of February was the last time he was actually home. Christopher was actually home. And yes, he did see Sebastian when he come home.
Okay.
It's
He did see Sebastian when he came home. Okay. I want to play that again.
he'd been gone since the beginning of February was the last time he was actually home. Christopher was actually home. And yes, he did see Sebastian when he come home.
Okay. So you can tell us that you saw Sebastian then. You can tell us that you saw Sebastian many days in January. But you can't tell us that you saw Sebastian after the 5th. Why? Mm-hmm. Yep, Gina. Yep. Why? Why can't you tell us after the 5th? I agree. I agree. Nobody wants to talk about that on, that other side, if you will. Nobody talks about that. It cannot, in my opinion, be because of the investigation. If you have no part of being in the investigation, then you can tell us. Period. If this is a child that just walked out the door by himself, why can't you tell us? If you are not part of that investigation, then why, where you are physically, whether you're at work or at home, and you're not part of that investigation, and they're not investigating you, then why can you not tell us? Oh, in the bushes, I believe that's why, personally. Well, like I said, I mean, whether having tremendous respect for law enforcement or not, that has nothing to do with why you can't say you were at home. Right? He says law enforcement, that's another thing law enforcement has told me I can't talk about. Well, if that's true, I know it was sarcasm, but I just want to clear that up. If that's true, law enforcement has said you cannot talk about from the 5th to the morning you got home. Then that means something around you, it's a hard, yes, Nana, exactly. Then that means someone around you very close to you, you yourself, it would have to be linked to you being at home. It would have to be. That or you was not supposed to have contact with people in that home, one or more in that home, because it could jeopardize rules potentially broken. That's why you don't want to say it. And if it is, just say it. I wasn't supposed to be there, so I can't tell you when. There's no other reason. There's none. And nobody wants to talk about that. Because you coming home should have nothing. You coming home, for instance, February 14th on Valentine's Day should have nothing to do with a child missing after midnight, allegedly on the 26th. It should have nothing to do with it. You came home, you said hi to your wife, you took her out to dinner, you did whatever you do on Valentine's Day, and you came home and you played checkers with the family. That has nothing to do with why Sebastian is missing. Unless you are part of the investigation. They are either looking at you or someone around you and you don't want to say, or there is a reason why you're not supposed to be at that property in your own home, which, mind you, in my opinion, that's not going to bode over well for him. He thought he was going to get me kicked out of my house. He made me sound like I was so horrible. That's not my words. Not my words. They told no one, and CPS was lied to, so they wouldn't contact anyone. This, in my opinion, based upon my hypothesis, which is not a fact, and not blaming anyone, and not saying anyone is guilty of anything, because at the end of the day, we don't know. But in my opinion, on my hypothesis, I believe that this boils down to you get under my skin sometimes. They bump heads. He's a control freak. I don't want you around my daughter. I want you to go to your dad's. But I also think that they didn't tell, in this theory, that they didn't tell Seth what was going on. And they thought it wasn't quick enough. He wasn't going to Seth's quick enough for Edgar's liking. And you're not supposed to be here. Sebastian had the upper hand, and that didn't go over well. I'm making this house payment. I'm busting my ass working to pay for this beautiful house. You should be grateful you live in this beautiful home. I don't think he understood his condition. And I think if you don't listen to certain people, they explode, they implode, and people snap. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's continue.
It's, you know, it's just part of it when you work away, you know, you see each other when
Yeah.
you can, but he doesn't, it's a lot to travel back and forth all the time. Like that's not a trip that you can make, you know, to and from every day by any means.
Oh, I get that. That's not something you want to do every day. That would take up your whole time. But did he never come home on the weekends?
I mean, I don't know what the big deal is. You could leave, you could get off work at 5 o'clock, go home, or go to your motel, your camper, your whatever, be out of there by 6 and be home by 9:30 that night. It's not the end of the world. You can leave at 9 o'clock in the morning and meet him for lunch. What? It's not from California to DC. And if you talk for 3 hours, you can drive for 3 hours. And let me tell you something, talking on the phone when you're on a long trip makes it go by like that. Makes it go by like that.
Like when you had Sebastian or anything like that?
Well, yeah, that's why he saw him in the beginning of February, but it wasn't every weekend
Okay.
because he works on weekends too a lot, so he can't just come home every weekend. But when he can, he does. He comes home and sees him. 'Cause
Yeah.
they have a pretty good relationship.
Did he talk on the phone with Sebastian while he was at work?
He does. Hmm.
Okay. All right. Um,
He wants to see if you can drop the link again. I think it
oh,
got
okay.
deleted in chat.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Here we go.
I
Paste.
know they talk regularly.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go.
A lot of people have their opinions, but Sebastian's got a good bond with both dads.
Yeah. I think
Just
I'm trying to make
one.
sure I drop it again because I want to make sure he sees it.
Just one.
I'm not,
I mean, still to this day, I'm not saying there may be a million of them, but still to this day, I've not seen a photo with 2 of them. Might be a million.
fancy like everybody else, so I just need to make sure get it down there. That's what I was doing, was watching to see if he was coming. Oh, there he is. Oh, watching over here. Okay, I'm watching over there. Okay, so where do you want to start at, Chris? I was just asking little simple questions, or whatever about your work and stuff. Like, did you talk to Sebastian and stuff like that? But
Correct. St. Jude Project does not run on weekends either. It does not run on weekends. Sure doesn't.
basically, I know it's a 3.5 hour drive. You was at work. Is there a reason that okay, so are you working now, or are you just taking off or anything like that? Like,
This to me?
yes, sir.
Okay. So are you asking me that, or
But I think at this time, they said, he worked there on the weekends. I think at this time they don't realize, how the true crime community is. They check. We check on that stuff.
is one of your
No, I'm asking you that. I just wondered.
Okay.
Like, if I was just wondering, like, if you, like, are you, in fact, I'll turn my chat off for just a minute so I don't get
No, don't turn your chat off. Leave it on. It's fine.
Okay.
That way you can get all these questions coming in, because like I said, I told you, I gave you my word. I come on your show, I would answer questions. People ask the questions, but keep in mind, like I told y'all from the very beginning, I'm brash, I'm direct, but I'm respectful, and I ask for the same in everybody else.
If you are brash, you're not respectful. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. By saying, "Hi, you dumb mother," in a polite way, that does not mean you're respectful. No. "Hi, you sweet dumb mother." No. It does not mean you're respectful. You might think you are, but brash is brash for a reason. And a lot of times, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the delivery. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the delivery. It's how you say it. Tone is everything. Tell your husband that sometimes when you're arguing. If you ever argue with him, it's not the message right now, it's the delivery. Check the delivery. Return to sender before I accept that package. Okay? You better check that package. Return to send. I'm gonna send it back. Okay? I'm gonna send it back and it's gonna come to me nicely. So we're gonna do a do-over. Okay? Not the message right now, it's the delivery. So return to sender, send it back nice. Or I'm gonna accept that package. Okay? You ain't gonna like it. All right. Mhm.
I told them a while ago, just please be respectful because I wasn't expecting this. Like, please be respectful, y'all, because
So one thing right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, really irks me with some of these folks that want to follow these YouTube, and I'm very honest about this. Somebody says I won't talk to men. It's not that I don't want to talk. Right. It's not that I don't want to talk to men. I have talked to more law enforcement men agencies in the past 24 days.
Okay. That's because you kind of had to.
And I've probably ever talked to my entire life. Same thing goes for women. So no, I don't have a problem talking to a man or talking to a woman. I appreciate everybody's assumptions or concerns, innuendos, whatever they want to be. But at the same time, I vet who I talk to. I'm not just going to open up and talk to anybody. And I will put this out there. JLR, everybody wants me to talk to this guy. Explain to me, Smiley, you probably have a better understanding of this. Explain going investigation. There are certain things.
and he
And it's because of an ongoing investigation, there are certain things that we are not and have been told by law enforcement, do not get into specifics because it could jeopardize the investigation.
Well, you see, that's the thing. If you talk about such and such thing, it could jeopardize the investigation. Okay, let's talk about that a moment. For instance, him saying that he can't talk about after the 5th of February, up until the morning Sebastian went missing. He also says that he can't talk about why, ironically here, why law enforcement are asking the public about Sunday. Wonder why. Could they be looking for someone or something? Those are the two things mainly why he won't speak about those. Because it could, in my opinion, in this hypothesis of mine, and in my opinion, it could, both of them, hey, Carolina Moon, both of them could show that, I don't know, he could be in town. Huh, imagine that. You know, if you are in town during that weekend, you might not want to talk about it. They kind of go hand in hand, right? I can't tell you when I was in Hendersonville. I can tell you I was in Hendersonville before the 5th, and I saw Sebastian and I talked to Sebastian. I can tell you that I was in Hendersonville at home many times in January, but I can't tell you any days because it might hurt the investigation. Only if you are involved, in my opinion. That weekend, only if you're around. Otherwise, think about it. Think about it. If someone could be lurking from the bushes and you're not around, you're not involved, then why wouldn't you want to put that out? Because that is one thing law enforcement has asked us. We need to know Sunday and even into Saturday. Hey, I see you. Can you send me information on that? And they're both. You can't talk about. It's ironic, isn't it? Justin, when he was on the interview, it was 3:20. He was at work. He alluded to that with TL. Later that night in their call, the camper was 3:14. They left on 3:24. Where was Sting? Okay, let's go through this. Justin, when he was on the interview, on this interview, it was 3:20. He was at work. Yes. He alluded to that with Terry Lynn later that night in the call. Well, hindsight, also in that interview, he said Katie was laying right next to him. The camper was home 3:14. They left with it 3:24. Where was he staying? He said Katie was laying right next to him in bed. Yep. Yep. Sure did. Cecilia had to take her a nappy nap.
People don't like that, and I am sorry. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not going to speak for my wife. I'm not going to speak for Sebastian's father, Seth, his mother, his sister, or anybody for that matter. But I do welcome the hard questions. I do.
Well,
and I'm okay with it. And for the record, I don't have a problem talking with JLR or anybody else. Now, if you're one of these shows that are for profit, you want to talk, you go out and publicly announce it publicly that any money that you make on the show, as long as me and my wife are involved, that money gets directly posted to signs, flyers, or
telling people what they can do with their stuff. It's amazing.
it ain't happening. To help find our son,
and I suggested whatever. I'm very passionate about that. There is a change. Nobody is going to dictate my money because let me tell you something. I've been in this for
Let's give Smiley the clap.
3 years now, banging my head against the wall, being called everything, drug here, drug there, with this stuff, doing summer wells, and not ask for a penny. And I figured, well, if you can't beat them, join them.
I'm not honestly sure. It sounded like he was messing with stuff in his room, which was not uncommon, which is why I said, hey, I don't know what you're doing in there, but you're supposed to go to sleep.
Okay. So you didn't check on him at that time, but did you?
So it just sounded like he was messing with stuff in there. Just sound like he was messing with stuff in there. That's not a thud. That's not a thud. messing with stuff in there doesn't set a precedent that, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? No, ma'am. Yeah, change the story. Sure did, April T. Just sound like he was messing in there. Oh, yeah, Cecilia, she should have checked on him. So just messing in there. And that's when I said, what did she say?
I'm not honestly sure. It sounded like he was messing with stuff in his room, which was not uncommon, which is why I said, hey, I don't know what you're doing in there, but you're supposed to go to sleep.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know what you're doing in there, but go to sleep. Now she's separating herself there. I don't know what you're doing in there. I don't know what's going on. But you're supposed to go to sleep. Now, if you have kids and their bedtime is 9:00, for instance, and you hear them in there at 10:00, what do you do? Open the door, go to bed. Go to bed. You've been up an hour. You got to get up early in the morning. Time to go to bed. Right? That's what you do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You knock on the door. And then I open it. And I'm like, yo, you got to be up early. Time to go to bed. Knock it off. You know, put the game up, put this up, stop that, whatever. Lights out. But we just hear, Bubba. Right. Knock it off and go to sleep. But then I heard a thud, and that's when I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? No, ma'am. All right. Knock it off and go to sleep. That's different. One, you know the normal sounds of your kids. You know the normal sounds of them in their room. If you hear a thud, you check. You check. Hey, Crystal Lee. From across the room and down the short hall with her ass on the couch. Yes. Exactly. But a thud is much different. Now, what she tells the neighbor is very interesting because the first time she told the neighbor, it is a thud. From what I think it's a thud. I'm pretty sure it's a thud. Let me find it and I'll tell you. She says, she tells the neighbor, but what happens is she doesn't tell the neighbor, allegedly, that she's on this call for having a call with Mr. Foot, which, why? She talks about the night before. And every time KK talks about Sebastian going missing, she starts with that morning. She talks about the entire day. Well, things that she wants to talk about. She doesn't talk about that evening up until only 9 o'clock, right? But she talks about that day, which, in my opinion, I personally believe Sebastian went missing on before midnight. That's what I personally believe. I don't think he went missing after midnight. I don't think whatever happened after midnight, in just my opinion. I'm getting there. Just give me 1 second so I can find this, because this is very important of what she tells the neighbor. And again, it's another version that a lot of people don't talk about. They get mixed up in all the hosh posh of the drama. And this is very, very important, because this is the first alleged story, even I think before, well, just right after the police got there. Here it is. All right. She saw Katie outside with the police when she went to take her kids to school. She stopped and asked what happened. Katie told her she told Sebastian to go to bed around 9 o'clock. She fell asleep on the couch, never mentioning the conversation between her and Chris. Woke up around 11:30. Those two things still say kind of the same thing, right? Sebastian goes to bed at 9, which is a lot later than he normally goes to bed, which I find interesting. Why that night? Whenever he's had a very, very, very busy weekend, a very stimulating weekend. So he's going to need to probably, out of any time, go to bed earlier. But 9 o'clock stays the same. 9 o'clock stays the same. But here, she says she falls asleep on the couch, never mentioning the conversation between her and Chris. Woke up at 11:30. Now, she falls asleep. She wakes up just before midnight. Come on, guys, hit that thumbs up. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Now, one thing that is very interesting here is there's not that phone call. Nothing about her and Chris. She's sleeping this entire time. Now, she told Duchess at 10 o'clock she falls asleep. and at right about before midnight, that's when she goes, midnight, midnight. She goes to bed. Right? Right before midnight, she goes to bed. So there's multiple versions of this. There should never be multiple versions of what you did that night. The time should not be different. Who you talked to, what you said should not be different. Not even a little. She fell asleep on the couch, never mentioning the conversation between her and Chris. Woke up at 11:30, went to check on Sebastian, which she previously said she didn't do anymore now that he's older. So she told, allegedly, that she went to go check on Sebastian. Yes, Trishy. He has to call his daughter and listen to him say, there's Tom too, and listen to him say, Justin, can you go back to the beginning of this interview when he says he has to call his daughter and listen to him, then says, there's Tom too? What do you mean there's Tom too? Who's Tom? That's right. I don't know who Tom is. What I want to know is why this second interview with just Edgar, when he was not there according. Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah. Yeah. Nina's husband. I don't know. Brenda, to the office, please. You're being paged. Brenda, to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Brenda. How many thumbs up do we got? Mods, my dear mods. Guys, please consider becoming a member. I'm trying to get my memberships up. Okay, here we go. Woke up around 11:30 to check on Sebastian, which she said she previously didn't do now that he's older. He must have been awake because his light or a light was on, according to the neighbor's ring camera. Now, tell me this. Why would Sebastian be up at 11:30 at night with his room light on and he takes a powerful sleeping medicine with a very busy weekend? Why? It does. Where you from? Why? At the time, he said it was his daughter calling him. That was another lie. It was Terry Lynn that called him and he got booted from the panel. His daughter would have been in bed sleeping. You know, they certainly never expected this to be as big as no, Crystal. I think he even said that before. He's like, we never thought it was going to be like this. So I'm going to do a graph of the variations in stories, whether she says she talked to her husband, whether she went to sleep at 10 o'clock or she went to sleep just before midnight or whatever. It was rescheduled till January 8th, which I believe that there will, in my opinion, that there may be an arrest before then. I'm hoping and I'm praying. Hoping and praying. I think if there's not an arrest before February 26th, I think the case is another Summer Wells case. But I really think that there could pretty much be an arrest before then. His bedroom light on just before the phone call ended, and then roughly 3 hours later, flashlights. Yes. Yep. Think about that, Bridget. The light is on at midnight, allegedly, close to midnight. Then it goes off. And then 3 hours later, 3.5, 4 hours later, flashlights, vehicle. And then 3 hours later, who does she call? Her husband. Because Sebastian is allegedly not in his room. Yep, Carmelita, me too. So, all right. He must have been awake because his light or a light was on, according to the neighbor's Ring camera. She said she told Sebastian to go to bed. He had to get up the next morning. She walks across her house to get to her room to go to bed. As she's walking through the kitchen, she hears a loud noise. She yells back at Sebastian and asks him what that was. He says, "Nothing, Mom. Go to bed." So she does. According to the neighbor close to them, their Ring camera shows the light going on and off because it's so dark. The neighbor also mentions seeing a silhouette in the front room, possibly dining room window for a couple minutes, and then the light goes off. Neither Chris nor Katie have ever mentioned any of that. Sebastian's room, entrance, living room back here, right? Back here's the living room. Here is the dining room, laundry room. Behind it's the kitchen, right? So she's on the couch. She goes to Sebastian's room. She tells him, uh, go to bed. You know, you got to be up early in the morning. She goes back toward here, past the kitchen. As she's walking through the kitchen, she hears a thud and she says, what is that? And she says, uh, nothing, Mom, go to bed. So she just continues to go to bed. The lights go out in Sebastian's room. Right here, there is a silhouette of a person in like the dining room area. The lights go out. So, something is wrong. Too many stories. Too many stories. And none of it makes sense at all. Guys, I need to show y'all something. It's very important. ICU, can you send me that with the whole family? That one. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. Anyone else want to become a member? Today's the last day for the cycle. Okay. Police looking for missing 7-year-old boy with autism. If you receive that membership, make sure you thank my sweet darling Ginger. 7-year-old boy, autism. This is in Westchester, Ohio. Westchester Township police are searching for a missing 7-year-old boy with autism. The boy was last seen about 5:30 p.m. near the home of Wind Tree Drive. The boy is described as being about 4 feet tall, 44 pounds. He was last seen wearing a tan shirt, tan pants, black New Balance shoes, and a jacket. The police department says he is known to like water and parks. If you see him, please call 513 777 2231. 513 222 or 513 777 2231. 513 777 2231. Updates. Police now have the complex shut down to aid their search efforts. Along the police, Westchester Fire Department, Butler County Technical Rescue, and other organizations have joined the search. Wow. Look at that. Yep. He said Sebastian would never let him forget about his cat. I live in Ohio, and this is the first I've heard of this. Okay. And there's that. And this is another story, and I don't think it's going to turn out good, guys. An entire family is missing. An entire family is missing right now. Oh, God, I got another member. Yay! Thank you, Carol. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Me love you long time. Missing Texas family of 4 police search. Here we go. Okay, that's not it. Let me refresh it, make sure. Did I miss it? Or is this? Let me make sure. This is Harrison County, Texas, by the way. So, let me read this. Okay. Authorities in Harrison County, Texas are searching for a missing family with 2 children. Harrison County Marshal, Texas Sheriff's Office posted on social media that the family was last seen on Friday, November 15th. That's 5 days ago. The 4 individuals, Gerardo Roman, 27. Let me find something here. Let me look at something right here. 1 second before I. Okay. Something is wrong here. It's what, 3 hours ago? Let me get this picture. Is there a picture here? Okay, yeah, there is. Okay. Alondra Rodriguez, 26, their son and daughter, Giselle Roman, who was 8, and 5-year-old Gerardo Roman. According to sheriff's deputies, Hall Rivas with the Harrison County Sheriff's Office, Arando is a teacher aide in Trinity Episcopalian School in Marshall, Texas, where her children also attend. The deputy details that they were last seen leaving Trinity Episcopalian School in Marshall, Texas. Oh my God. This is not good. Oh, thank you, Holly. Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. You make me feel loved. Thank you. Really appreciate it. How's your husband, Holly? Hello, BB, BJ. Thank you, my dear. And Irony. I'm just gonna kiss you too. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for the love. Look at this, guys. Seriously. Is anyone in Texas here? Is anyone in Texas? Like, they work at... You do, Sissy, Pink Warrior? You're in Austin? They've been missing for 5 days and they work at a school. That's amazing, Jen. I just went to Jen. Thank you so much. Yeah, and there's also this. Let's see here. This is a better picture. Let me show you a better picture of them right here, because this is... Oh, this breaks my heart. I don't think this is going to go good, guys. You see that? Look at those cute babies. It's a religious school. I think about Ruby Ferris. His mom should have been arrested. Yes. Oh, girl, let me tell you something. I've got some San Antonio stories that would make a... I've had good times in San Antonio. In Texas, first I'm hearing about this. I don't think it's going to end well. I'm afraid. 27, 26, 8, and 5. It's not good, y'all. Good. Is there... I don't think there's anything... Let me see if there's anything on Facebook about this. Oh! Okay. By the way, can someone tell me... What did Holly say, guys? How's her husband? Has she been found, Julia Callahan? Oh, God, Pearl, you snoring, baby. It's not as thick. Come on, mommy. Is Brittany still here? Look at my baby. Look at my baby. Oh. Oh, Irony, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. If you received those 3 memberships, make sure you thank our sweet Irony. That's so sweet. Was she found? Does anyone know? I love her so much. I can't tell you how much I love this little creature. I love her. You fell asleep again, Gypsy. Good for you, honey. Is there any news on Maya? Nothing right now. Oh, you're giving me chills, baby. You're giving me chills. Okay, please don't. It gives me chills. Oh, the goosebumps. Well, some people says she was found, but then others don't. We love each other. My little monkey. Your little grunts. She is 2 pounds, 2 ounces. 2 pounds, 2 ounces. I think so too, Michelle. I think there's going to be arrest soon. I do, Karen. I do. I've seen it on Facebook first thing. That she was found. Yes, Ocean. I do. She gives me kisses. Understand. Oh, you're too sweet. I love her. Oh, thank you, Christy. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. And she's gonna glow. It's gonna glow. Thank you. Yes, the monkey biscuits. The monkey biscuits. Why don't you look at the camera instead of looking at me? Okay, there go my glasses. I gotta put in my contacts. She was found yesterday. You know, Bo, it would have been nice if the grandma and stuff would have updated their Facebook. Like, that's kind of screwy. Her face is so sweet. Yes, it is. The person that just sent me that picture, it says image unavailable. If you could email me that, that would be good. Or she's a good girl. Look, say hi. Look, say hi. She's sweet. Will she let you tuck her to sleep? Like, tuck her to sleep? Like, yeah, she gives me kisses. That's all she wants to do is kiss me. Jesus. The polka dots are cute. I love the polka dots. She wakes up and she's like, if I go out of the room, she's like, ow. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. I put a lot of her stuff like in the drawer and put up the heat So it kind of fits her a little bit better now, and she's growing a little bit. She's still got a lot of growing to do. I mean, look at my hand. It's bigger than her. Yeah, she's... Thank you. Thanks. We're good. What's your bummer? Get her bummer. She doesn't hug or kiss anybody else like she does me. But I'm the one that, cleans her, and it's been, she gonna bite? No, she's not gonna bite. Yeah, she bit me when I first got her. She bit the shit out of me when I first got her. I hadn't had her 5 minutes. They're just baby clothes. They're just baby clothes. Creamy. But she loves everyone so far. Hey, Daily. Oh, Irony, that's cute. Oh, thank you, Mama Smurf. Edible hair products that she loves. Edible hair products? What says baby clothes? She's in preemie. She's only 2 pounds, 2 ounces. I thought she weighed more than that because it felt like it went around my neck. You can see she loves you, Justin. She certainly does. She certainly does. Stop. Oh yeah, yeah, Canadian. They all love her. Trust me. Well, she'll get. I mean, she's got a lot of growing to do still. She needs a jean jacket with pearls all over it. Oh, when she gets like to a size that, like when she's like her full grown self, oh honey, you just wait. She will be the best dressed monkey on this side of the Mississippi, I assure you. Probably in the world. Won't you, mommy babies? Yeah. Oh, she pulls my hair even still that I don't have long hair. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get her photos with Santa. But I kind of don't want to take her out though. Like I might see if I can get a Santa costume and do it, because I don't want to take her out with all the sickness and stuff going on. Yeah, she wants me to scratch her back. She wants me to scratch her back. Scratching is a big thing with monkeys. Should be in monkey pageants. Is there such a thing as monkey pageants? It's an amazing. Yeah, you're right. Rent a Santa. I don't know. Yes, peach cobbler. Anything you can catch, they can catch. We're 98% the same. 98% the same. Yeah, I might rent a Santa or something, or buy a Santa costume or something. She likes her. Okay, I'll scratch it for you. There you go. All right. Santa doggy clothes. Might dress her as Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus. That's what I'll do. Dress her as Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Monkey Claus. Mrs. Spider Monkey Claus. What do you want? So she's been really good so far. She's done so much better with the diaper changes. Oh, you will, Ginger, of course. Of course. If I were Santa. When they shake their head, that means they want to play. That means they want to play. You're being ornery. What you're being. She sleeps all through the night. All through the night. I will give her last feeding. It's 9:30. It's almost 9:30. At 11:30, and she will sleep till 8 in the morning. Once nope, she doesn't shed. Just like a human. Just like a human. She sheds as much as a human. I've not found a hair one. She needs to be a little elf for Christmas. Oh, that's cute, mini panthers. Yeah. She sleeps longer than me. Yes. Much longer than me. Much longer than me. But when she gets older, like, if she doesn't want a bassinet or something, like, I'll just let her sleep in my bed. But she's a good girl. For the most part, she lets me. It's still, it's the first few diapers. The first diaper I did, I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. That's what I thought. I was like, oh my God. It was so difficult. But the lady said, she's like, she's got to trust you. She's got to learn to trust you. And she said, give it a week and she will learn to trust you. And damn if she was not right. She was so right. You hear the little grunts. And now she pretty much trusts me. No, Chris. Yeah, she likes the bars and stuff like that, but she won't she won't be climbing anything until for a few months and stuff, because they stay on their mom for 6 months without even getting off, like, once. Ow, 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 ow. You turd. Quit, you turd. You sweet. Just like any other animal, just like a dog or anything else. Trish, or not Trishy, who said that? Tar. She's not hurting me. It just gives me chills. All right, guys. She is so sweet. When did I get a monkey? A week and a half ago. Leslie, about uh 4 to 7 years old. That's when she will start that. But it's not like you and me, or not. Well, I've never had a period in my life, so can't say that. But it's not like a woman. Gatlin Ray, she's another monkey here, and she's kind of talked about it. So, but Cecilia, I'm so behind. But I'm going to check here in a little bit. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate you. Good show tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. They may not. We're supposed to have snow tomorrow. And if we do, is she a breeder? Her? No. She's not having any babies. She's going to get fixed when she's probably about 8, 10, 12 months old. She's going to get fixed. Oh, I hear that. I heard it. She's going to get fixed. So I don't think she'll have those monthly visits. Well, I don't think it's monthly for them. So, all right. Night. Loves. Good night, everyone. She's full of it. Say hi. Say bye. Say bye. Come on. Wave. Watch that tail. Get your tail, little turd. Love you guys. Good night. Bye-bye. I'm counting. I'll get your bottle. 1 second.